A lot of people think jump rope is a very difficult sport. Today I'm going to explain how to get started with jump rope training and also the 3 ways beginners can do to start jump rope. Hi, this is cpakhung. I guess a lot of you are familiar with jump rope, but you never use jump rope as part of your workout. Jump rope is actually a very good exercise that will burn a lot of your calories and also will build a very good body coordination. I think like a lot of other sports will also use jump rope as supplementary exercises to build up their stamina, train their footwork and also agilities. I think like because of a lot of people think jump rope is a very difficult exercise and then they actually will give up before they actually can do basic jumps. If you want to get into jump rope training, the foundation of jump rope training is actually basic jumps. If you master basic jumps, you can use a lot of new tricks to make your workout more fun, more intense and more difficult. These how-to videos will include 5 parts of knowledge that you have to know before you start jump rope. So the first part will include the equipment that you need to use, adjust the length that you need, starting position, toe catch, and lastly, to start with the basic jumps. I think a lot of you can search different types of rope online, maybe like leather ropes, wire ropes, PVC ropes, and even some cotton rope that you will use when you are younger. But I think that weighted rope is the best option for beginners to start jump rope. Because if you don't know how to control the movement for jump rope and the coordination, it will be better if you can use a rope that you can feel the weight. It's very easy to control and also the rope won't tangle together to make sure your jump rope training will be less frustrating. So I think weighted rope is the best options. So after getting the suitable type of rope, we will try to adjust the perfect length for yourself. So we will unwrap the rope and then stand in the middle of the rope and then pull up. And then when the tip of the handle reaches your chest area, it will be the perfect length for yourself. So it is very good for beginners to start with the length at the chest area, but when your techniques is getting better, you can try to shorten the rope. So for me, my rope is just right at my abs area. After adjusting the suitable length, and then we will start to learn the starting position. So firstly, you have to unwrap the rope, try to walk over, and then the rope will be at your back. Try to put your hands together, point the handle to the front. It will be around your stomach area. So I think the common mistake will be putting your arms over your shoulder when you start to jump rope. So a lot of you will throw the rope to the front and then making the rope to bounce back and making you harder to jump. So remember, when you first start to jump rope, remember to check every time when you are doing the starting positions. Toe catch is very important because you will learn how to control the rope and then to understand where your arms is placed when you are doing the turning. Now we will start to do the toe catch. Go to the starting position, bring the rope over your head. When the rope comes down, try to raise your toes to catch the rope. When you catch the rope on your toe, try to pull the rope straight. Your arms placement will be where you swing your rope when you are doing the basic jumps. So when you first learn how to do the toe catch, try not to be very rushed, because when you do it very rushed, the rope will be hitting on the floor and then bouncing back, making you harder to catch on the rope. So when you do it, try to feel the rope first, and then if you can do the first few toe catch, try to repeat it for 20 times to make sure you can do it more smooth and then easier to catch on the both of your feet, and then you can start with the next steps. So learning toe catch is very important because when later on, if you want to learn some new tricks, for example crosses, like over crosses, might release, we will use toe catch as step to learn all these tricks. Finally, come to the part that we need to use the rope to jump. So actually when we do the basic jumps, there are 2 paces for you to choose. So the first one is double bounce and then the second one is the single bounce. For a lot of beginners, it will be easier for them to start with double bounce first to get the feel of the turning and jumping first. To easier explain double bounce, it's actually a slow pace of basic jumps. So there will be 2 bounces between each jumps. So it will be jumping once and then there will be a bounce in between each jumps. You will do like jump, bounce, jump, bounce, jump, bounce, jump, bounce, jump, bounce. There are a few things to remind when you are doing the double bounce. Try to bring your elbows closer to your body, rotate your forearms in front of you. Try to control this movement first and then it will be very good to go. You can start to set a goal for yourself, like a 30 consecutive double bounce to make sure you can feel the rotation of the rope and then the bouncing and jumping first. After you can master double bounce, and it will come to the main points of this video, we will start to work on single bounce. So single bounce is actually like a faster pace of jump rope, so you jump every time when you rotate the rope. The hardest part of single bounce is the coordination. So when we do the jumping, we usually bring our hands upward. So when we're doing the single bounce, we actually need to bring the rope down and then we jump over. So now we will have 2 exercises for you to practice this coordination first before you start to use the rope to jump. So the first coordination drill will be jumping on beat. So it will be counting like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. After you can follow the pace to jumps, and then you can clap your 5 when you are jumping on this pace. So it will be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if you can master the coordination, and then you can start to add the rope into your training. So you can start with like a less consecutive number first. Maybe you can start with 3 jumps first. If you can do 3 jumps, you can slowly increase the target, maybe 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to make your consecutive jumps more. But one thing to remember is to remember to keep jumping at the same pace and then try to be consistent. So when you slowly increase the target of your consecutive jumps, it will be easy when you are trying to lose your coordination. Start counting the jumps is very important for you because it will help you to master the coordination when you are doing more jumps. One thing to remember, making mistakes and tripping the rope is actually the process when you are doing the jump rope. Don't give up, and then to make sure you know tripping on the rope is very common for everyone when they start to do jump rope. When you're feeling frustrated when you are having too much mistakes and tripping too much, you can feel free to go back to the previous step to practice more double bounce on how to control the rope and then your jump first to make sure you are familiar with all the coordination before you move on to more consecutive single bounce. I think like the most important thing is that you need to start to love and then start to get interested in jump rope training exercise before you can do a lot of jump rope training. And of course, our ultimate goal is to do the consecutive single bounce to make sure you can start to learn different tricks or even to build up the foundation to jump rope. There are a few points to remind you for single bounce. For the arm movement, try to bring your elbows in, try to rotate your forearms and also your wrists to turn the rope but not your shoulder. Or the jumping part is actually like tipping your toes when you jump, so your heels won't be on the floor when you are jumping. You don't need to jump very high and you just need to know the perfect timing to jump and try to make your jumps lower and lower, and then it will be more easier for you to do the basic jumps. So now I will introduce 3 ways that you can do to use jump rope as your training. The first way is consecutive numbers. So we usually use consecutive numbers to justify how familiar are you with the tricks. Taking single bounce as the case, start with like 10 jumps as the target. When you can master 10 jumps, you can set your targets as 20 and then 30, adding 10 each as your target. When you can master more, you can add like 50 or 100 to your targets to make your consistency even better. Here is a table that you can take reference to when you can finish the numbers on the table, and then you can cross out the number and then move on to the other one as your new targets. So the second way is to try to jump as many jumps as you can do within a certain time limit. So I would recommend you can start with 20 minutes and then within this 20 minutes you can try to jump as many as you can. If you need some rest in between, you can do too. But remember to record the jumps that you can do every time within this time limit, so that you can compare your progress next time. And then if you can do better and better, the numbers will grow. If you think numbers is going to be very steady, and then you can increase the time limit to make your stamina even better. So the third way is interval training. So you can maybe start with like 10 minutes, and then you can start with 30 seconds workout and then 30-second rest, and then repeat this interval to 10 minutes. And then you can try to increase the speed of your jumps and even use heavier ropes to jumps to make your workout more intense. So, and also, if you want to make your training more functional, you can feel free to add up different body weight exercises to the training to make your workout more fun and then more fun. So lastly, I think it would be very good if you can start an Instagram account to record your own progress, because I think this will be a very good motivation for you to show people your progress, and also reminding yourself that you're making progress, and then to keep on the jump rope training. Lastly, I think like tripping on the rope is actually the process of jump rope training. So I think like a lot of people will trip a lot when they first jump. So don't get frustrated, and then when you know this is the process and then you are making a progress, and then that will be very good already. So don't give up. Feel free to leave a comment or send us a DM if you have any questions after watching this video. If you like this video, remember to click a like, and then also subscribe to our channel and comment below to let us know what you want to watch next. Bye!